CENTalks, led by Glo- CENTalks, led by global experts, offers the CENTA teacher community insights into classroom practices and professional growth. Register for the sessions and actively participate by sharing your thoughts, joining polls, asking questions, and giving feedback to help us improve them. A very good evening to all of you on behalf of CENTA. We are delighted to have you all join us today for the CENTA's webinar series for teachers. Today, we have a session on the topic Practical Strategies for School Leaders to Manage Stress and Foster Well-being. We are excited to announce that our today's facilitator is Mary Sebastian. Welcome, Mary, ma'am.
Hi, good evening, Madhusudan.
Good evening, ma'am. So, Ms. Mary Sebastian has been associated with CENTA for a very long time, providing valuable insights on teachers' professional development. She is also a distinguished educator with over 33 years of experience in the field, making significant contributions to global education. As an ESOL facilitator at 21K School, she plays a key role in nurturing young learners through creative and personalized teaching methods, in line with the school's Happiest Classroom Online motto. In addition to her work at 21K, she has been a prominent leader in education, serving as the Indian ambassador for the International Teachers Association and delivering leadership sessions worldwide. A certified global master trainer in leadership development and a TED educator. She has conducted transformative programs across all the continents, championing inclusivity and excellence in education. Her dedication has earned her dedication has earned her recognition as the Rising National Star by the Gujarat Employees Organization. She continues to inspire and empower both educators and students globally with an innovative approach and commitment to advancing education on a global scale. Based in Trikakara, her work is a testament to her passion for creating meaningful educational experiences. Welcome again to our esteemed facilitator. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Madhusudan. Actually, it sounds nice when he read my profile, and I was saying, yeah, he's actually reading. And there is a correction. This is my 34th year in actually teaching the career as a teacher, and I'm not willing to give up yet. There is still so much to learn. So let's move forward. Let me just share my screen. Just give me a minute. Now, you might be all wondering what are we doing? It's basically a session for school leaders. No, it's not for school leaders. Just give me 1 second. Yeah. I hope everyone can see my screen. Can you all see my screen? Is my screen visible, Madhusudan? Yeah. All right. Let's move forward. Now, the session is titled Practical Strategies for School Leaders to Manage Stress and Foster Well-being. And I think one of our role models as human beings, as Indians, as teachers, one person I really followed, was the late Sir Ratan Tata. And he actually says, if you want to walk fast, walk alone. But if you want to walk far, walk together. So, as a team, I repeat, as a team, as a group of teachers, as a group of facilitators, if we want to achieve something, we have to be working together, because when we are working together, when we are collaborating, we are able to achieve a lot of things that individually we cannot be doing. And as the title says, I'm going to just give you some ideas. I'm sure most of us actually practice it. What are the strategies as a school leader? Now, you might be saying, I'm a teacher. I'm not a school leader. I'm not the principal. I'm not the vice principal. I'm not the coordinator. But I always feel, a class teacher, a subject teacher, a teacher, any level, we are all leaders in our class. Why are we leaders in our class? Primarily, firstly, I am an influencer in a class, let's say of 30 students, 24 students. Now I'm in I'm teaching at 21K school where the maximum number of students is between 24 to 26. So I feel I'm a leader in that class. I don't have to be, having a position like, the principal's position or the coordinators, but my class is where I am a leader. So leader there because I'm an influencer. I am actually leading the class. I'm actually mentoring and guiding the students who are going to be becoming future CEOs, future COOs, future presidents. So I'm a leader there, and I'm also leading when it comes to curriculum development. I have a say in that. How am I going to be designing the curriculum? How am I going to plan my lesson? What is my lesson going to be about? What is the role? What am I going to be doing in my lesson today? I am the leader. I take the decision. So here I am actually going to be telling you certain strategies how you can manage stress. I'm sure each one of you, everyone who's attending here, the number of people who are attending here, you'll all feel that we are indeed very stressed. Whether it's managing your school, whether it's the work front, whether what's happening in society, whether what's happening around the world. We all saw Sunita Williams land successfully yesterday. We were all so anxious. So basically, we are actually going to be finding out how can I manage my stress and how can I ensure my well-being. Now I follow the aeroplane, what they say, first put your oxygen mask and then give the oxygen mask to your child or to your spouse or to whoever is sitting next to you. So if I am not well, I will not be able to do anything in class, because I will just be saying that I'm so stressed. I've heard many people, including myself, saying I have so many things on my platter, I don't know how to manage things. So today we are just going to analyze how can I manage stress. Let me tell all the esteemed members who are here, nobody is indisposable. Today, if I'm not here, if suppose if I just quit, there are 10 people waiting to take my position. So your well-being is in your hands. Do not expect anyone to take the lead. So moving forward, there is a poll coming out right now. Can we just have the first poll? I just want to see, how are you feeling? Are you tired? Are you bored? Are you overwhelmed? Are you depleted? I don't know what to do. A poll is just going to come up. Please answer it honestly. So if you're energized, let's go for it. I'm energized. I can do anything. The day is still not over. It's only 5:15 right now. I have so many things to do. So the first poll is out for you, I hope. So can we just see what is the response like? Madhusudan, is the first poll out? I hope the Centa team is there.
Hello. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Is the first poll out?
Yes, ma'am,
Yeah.
it's out. So for grade, it's 57%. Okay, it's 26%. Exhausted is 10%, and stressed is 5%.
All right. So only 5% are stressed and 10% are exhausted. So okayish, majority of you are feeling okayish. So I'll take it as a compliment that you are feeling okay. Now, it is absolutely fine. It's absolutely fine when you say, I am totally dead today. I'm totally tired today. I cannot take more. First thing I always feel is, whenever you are starting your day, start it on a positive note. Start it on, don't say I have so many things to be done, because the first note of the day is what you're going to carry forward. I repeat, the first note, if you get, like, we always say, you got out of the wrong side of the bed. There is no wrong side or there is no right side. I feel when you get up, wow, it's a beautiful day and I am going to do all these things. It's okay if you're not energized throughout the day. You feel sad, you feel disgusted, you feel angry, you feel drained out. Absolutely fine. We are all human beings, we are not robots. It's okay that you are able to balance your personal life and your professional life and your social life. Absolutely fine. There are many of us who can do it, many of us we can't do it. It's absolutely fine. There are many of us who actually feel overwhelmed. There are so many things to do. Why is everybody expecting so much from me? I just have 24 hours. I don't have 240 hours in a day. So it's absolutely fine when you feel that you are being stretched. People are expecting too much from you. Or when you feel, I'm totally exhausted, I have nothing more to give, I am depleted. Absolutely fine for that. The second poll is coming right now. I am one person who actually loves to do that. The second poll is out. Can we just look at the second poll? Can we launch the second poll? Trust me, not many polls are there. So this is just keeping you. I get a feedback that how are you people feeling. So what is the reason for the stress? What is the reason that you feel tired? What is the reason that you feel depleted? Can I have the results of the poll, please? Don't worry, you just be honest about it. Nobody is checking who's writing what. We just need an honest. I just need an honest answer. Madhusudan, can I have the result of the poll, please?
Sure, ma'am. So too many tasks, 35%, high expectations, 26%, too many decisions, 21%, and not enough resources, 17%.
All right. So 34% are saying too many tasks. Absolutely correct. Absolutely. We have so much. We have assessments, we have planning, we have lesson plan, we have class visitation, we have the morning assembly, etc., etc. The list never ends. A lot of people are expecting too much. People, the expectation is too high. So what is what is the reality? What is the actuality, that why are we under stress? Because besides teaching, we are also doing a lot of other chores, which is actually not what is there supposed to be with us. So we are tired, completing priorities. Now we have a deadline by EOD. I want this thing. So the very word EOD actually gives me jitters. EOD, what does EOD mean? 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock? When am I supposed to finish it? We have to complete a lot of these priorities. We are not able to take a break. Everyone says, since I'm working at an online school, after every hour, get up, take a walk. But there are times, and when I'm not able to get up and walk because I am trying to finish a lot of things. But recently I realized that I need to take that break. I need to take that break, otherwise I will not be okay. Plus, now many schools have a lot of resources, but there are many parts of the country where there are limited resources. Now, we are very fortunate that we are in a metropolitan. We have the internet, we have everything at the tip of our finger. But there are many who have very limited resources. And in case the students do not, do their task, or are not able to achieve the desired score, then who takes the onus? The teacher takes the onus. We are responsible because we have not prepared our students to get that, that 99 or the 100. We have not prepared our students to become, the highest achiever, the highest scorer in a particular subject. So the reality is that we are not stressed, but people make us stressed. Now, why does your well-being matter here? So if you start your day on a wrong note and you've had some sort of an issue at home, the school bus did not come on time, you missed the school bus, or the gas cylinder just got over, there was no water, your children have to go to school, what happens is you join your class with not a very well mindset. So when you are not in a good mindset, the entire class is affected. So why does your well-being matter? Your well-being matters because your student success is depending on how you're conducting yourself in class, because only then we get a better outcome. Remember, a student is also a stakeholder. Now, if you are teaching, the student is imbibing, is incorporating whatever knowledge you are imparting. But if you are in a bad mood, if you are not able to conduct the class well, you have a headache, you are literally not able to do it, then the outcome is not what is desired by anybody. Now, if your school has a positive culture, I repeat, if the school has a positive culture where you are given a chance to innovate, where you're given a chance to think not only in the box, out of the box, but around the box, your morale, the staff morale, your individual morale goes up. Now, I'm very fortunate, wherever I have worked, whether it was in Delhi, whether it was Ministry of Education, Kuwait, and right now where I am teaching, which is a totally online school, 21K school. It's a total online school where we have 7,000 students from 79 countries. And here the culture, I repeat, the culture is so positive that I can actually think of enabling students to write books online, to write poems online, to conduct interviews with ministers, with CEOs, etc. Because that is because my well-being is imparted, is inculcated, is transferred to the student. So a positive school culture is mandatory. I remember a couple of years ago when I was teaching in the Ministry of Education, Kuwait, one of the students there remarked, Miss Mary, why are teachers always in a serious note? Why don't they smile? I actually felt when I looked around at the teachers, very few teachers actually enter the school gate smiling. Most of us are, carrying loads and loads of bags because we have so many things to do. Have a positive attitude. If you have a positive attitude, the culture of your class and in large the culture of the school, it is a positive culture. So first of all, up up uphold your morale. Get yourself into, like, I am going to be doing good, I am good, I am the best. So get boost yourself up, because when you boost yourself up, what happens is you are an effective leader. You are able to take better decisions. There are decisions that have to be taken impromptu. Right now I don't have time to think about it. For example, God forbid, if there is a fire in class, I have to take a decision immediately. I cannot wait for somebody else to come and take the decision. So if you are in the right state of mind, you are an effective leader. You are able to take better decisions. And then what happens is your career is sustainable. You leave a long term impact. I can see a lot of my friends who are here who've completed 3 decades, 2 decades in teaching. Since we have not given up teaching, I think we are satisfied with what we are doing. We have not gone or ventured into other options. Teaching, let me repeat, teaching is a very fruitful service, a very fruitful career, if you actually put your mind into it. And for that, your well-being matters. I always feel that. Take care of yourself, because if you don't take care of yourself, nobody will take care of you. So for me, my individuality, my happiness, my well-being is important. As I just said a couple of minutes ago, nobody is indispensable. If I'm not there today, there'll be 10 people waiting to take my position. Take care of yourself. Now, how do I recognize, I'm tired? There was a certain point in my time where I actually took a 1 year break when I returned from Kuwait. I did not join any school because I felt I have done enough. I need a break. So I was constantly getting tired. I have headaches. I was not able to sleep properly. You should be able to recognize, your body gives out signs if you're constantly tired. If you have a constant headache, you've not been watching anything, you've not been on your mobile browsing through various websites, and you're not able to sleep early, that means you are stressed, you are tired, you are irritable. A small thing, a small sound at times used to irritate me, and I would say, in fact, the pouring of the water, somebody would pour water from a jug to a cup, into a cup, I would say, stop making noise, but that's natural. So that was one thing that was making me very irritable, a minute sound. I was totally cut off from a lot of people. I basically would say I was turning into a cynic. I was thinking I was having some sort of so that 1 year breakout, 1 year break actually made me realize, that, now let's go ahead. Let me start taking up teaching early. And you'll see a lot of, signs in your behavior. For example, you start procrastinating, which teachers, we are not allowed to do that. We are isolating ourselves. There are teachers who are obsessed with their work, by their work, or they're not at all. They'll just take it as a matter of fact. Okay, I'm teaching, that's it. So they recognize, the physical signs, the body, when it tells you that you are tired, take a break. When you are irritable, take some time for yourself. Just go away from everyone and just say, let me be there 5 minutes alone by myself, because I will get over it. And then never, when you start isolating, you don't want to meet people, that is a sign that is telling you, yes, you are tired, you have to take a break. Now, what do we do for this? How do we do it? In the morning, now I also have to start doing this, and I started actually a couple of days ago. I actually, morning when I get up, I take a 2 minute break. I just breathe and I just say, wow, what a nice day. One of my students in grade 5 actually said, and it was a lesson that I think my parents have told me. Every time I get up in the morning, I should thank God I'm alive. And this child, Arush, who's in grade 5, he told me, I said, what do you do early in the morning when you get up? He says, I thank God I'm alive. That is absolutely something. Take 4 5 minutes just to breathe, compose yourself as soon as you get it. Now, if you are into yoga, if you are into exercising, I'm sure a lot of us have joined the gym. Get into it. Get yourself, just realize that, I need to be absolutely okay, because if I'm not okay, there are 25 students in one particular class. Probably I'm teaching 6 grades. There are so many students who are depending on me. So have the 5 minute reset. I repeat, 5 minutes, take a break, go away. Like we reset our mobiles, etc. Take a 5 minute break where you are going to be by yourself, either listening to music. I love to listen to music when I'm preparing something, I'm doing some work. So listen to music, try to, keep your mind away from watching anything, rather than, be by yourself, be aware of yourself. So the 5 minute reset it's mandatory, it's compulsory. Each one of us should do it. Take time for yourself, by yourself. Because when you take time for yourself, by yourself, you realize after 10 minutes, 5 minutes, you are another person, you are rejuvenated. So, just think about what are the things that you can do. I can do this, I can do you start becoming more creative, you start becoming more fruitful, and everyone notices it. There are these MNCs, where they have, in the morning when all the employees come in, they make them dance. They are doing Zumba. They are doing. These are all the 5 minute reset strategies that they adopt. I'm not asking you to go and start dancing in your class, definitely, but take that 5 minutes. Whether it's you're traveling by the school bus, whether you're waiting for the class to start, whether you're just at your breakfast table, you're just eating something, take that 5 minute reset. All right, today I'm going to be like this, I'm going to be in a positive mood, I'm going to be able to achieve much more than what I did yesterday. I would be able to do it, and I will do it with a smile. So the 5 minute reset is very important. Now, I'm sure many of us are parents here, or we are young teachers who've just joined the teaching fraternity. When you're angry, this is something which my mom has always said. I am a person who gets angry very fast, very fast. When you're angry, the emotional outburst is something disastrous. And trust me, I'm sure many of us regret it later. We regret it later. So, if you're angry, let's say you saw a teacher who's speaking rudely to you. Now, there are two things I can do. I can immediately just cut the teacher and say, "Hello, XYZ. I've got so much of experience. You can't talk to me like that." Or I just take a break. I just pause and start counting 10 backwards. The words that are going to come out of your mouth are going to be disastrous if you do not take a break, if you do not pause. So pause before responding. Count to 10, backwards or forwards, before you react. Trust me, it is both healthy for you and for the other person who is actually getting into some sort of a verbal dialogue with you. So pause before responding. Name your feelings. We don't like to, as mothers, as parents, we never say we are tired. We never say, Mom, can you do this? Okay, I'll do this, even if I'm tired. Try telling, today, label your emotions. Label. So I'm tired, I'm angry, I'm irritated. You have to label, I'm irritated. Just don't say I'm not feeling well today. You have to say feeling well, how you're not feeling well, whether you're irritable, whether you're tired, whether you're finding nothing is up to the mark. Mention that, whether you're frustrated, whether you're sad. It's okay, we are human beings, we can be sad. It's not that we can control all our feelings. So name your feelings. Use the I statements. As teachers we are taught right from B.Ed, Delhi University, they said, it's not I that is important, it is the we that is important. But I always feel, if I am not there, the we is also is incomplete. So focus on the impact that it has on me, rather than blaming. We are blaming too much curriculum, too many students in class, uh, people are expecting too much from me. So I actually, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to focus. If there is too much expected of me, what is the impact that is going to have on me? So focus on the impact rather than blaming, the school management, or the school, or the CBSE, or the NEP. They're giving us so much. So focus, what impact does it have? And step away briefly. It's absolutely fine to take breaks. Take a week, 1 day off, take a 2 day off if you are not feeling up to it. Because 1 day break, a 1 hour break actually resets your entire system. So it's absolutely fine if you take a break. It's absolutely fine, if you are able to gather all your emotions. Absolutely fine to cry. As teachers, I'm a very emotional, all my friends know I'm a very emotional person, and I always want to control my emotions, when, especially, when somebody gets, but basically I'm a human being. But there are times that I say, I am going to control, I am not going to have an emotional outburst now. So you have the control, let others not control you. So whenever you feel that you are emotionally overloaded, please try to manage it, because only you can do it. Now, being teachers, being parents, we don't have boundaries. I'm sure you all agree to it. We can never say no. According to us, I cannot say no. So identify your limits. Like, one colleague I was talking to in GEMS, in the Middle East, and she's in a leadership post. She said, Mary, after 6, I don't answer any telephone calls professionally. And I said, how do you manage to do that? No, after 6, now from 6, it's time for my family. Are we able to identify our absolute limits? No, we are not, because we carry corrections home. When are we doing the corrections? When are we doing the evaluations? When are we doing the report cards? All after school hours, because school we don't have time. So you have to identify your limit. The weekend, if I have a Saturday, Sunday off, that is for my family. That is not there for me to do my corrections. I'm sure many of you will disagree with me, and you'll say, then where is the time to do it? We have to manage it within the school time. Or if you're carrying, just say 1 hour I'm going to do it, the rest of the time is going to be with my family. So you have to define that there are certain non-negotiables. I cannot do it, I'm not going to do it. Communicate clearly, express your boundaries. After 6, it's my family time. A lot of people, when they call me from work, they first thing they say, Mary, I'm so sorry I'm calling you after work hours, but this is urgent, we need to do this. Fine, absolutely fine, we are okay with it. But there are a lot of us people who take it for granted. After 6, if I call, okay, she will be able to answer the phone. You express your boundaries and do it with confidence. Do it with confidence. A person like me, where I never say no to people. If I overnight try to make myself totally okay, after 6, I'm not going to answer any phone calls, I'm not going to do, it's not going to be very easy, because people are going to say, what's wrong with her? Why is she doing this? She was always available. Now she's becoming, much in demand. So start small. Begin with one boundary, that is, after 6, no phone calls. After 6, no schoolwork, unless it is very essential. I have to give the report card tomorrow. Fine, I'm going to try to do it within 1 hour, finish it within 1 hour. And please be consistent. It's not that for Alka I have this boundary, and for Gina I have this boundary. If you're maintaining a boundary, whether it's your BFF, best friend forever, or it is just your colleague, you have to maintain boundaries with everyone. irrespective of the fact which position, where the person is. Many of you would say, okay, if the principal is calling, should I say that, after 6, I'm not going to? What I'm saying is, be consistent when you are dealing with people. So, what is the policy for one should be applicable for the others also. When you're actually in a class, when you are actually in a school, in a staff room, many of us like to do all our tasks by ourselves. Very good. We are all super women. We are all supermen, man. Because that's what a teacher is supposed to be. I remember seeing a cartoon or a picture somewhere where a teacher has around 6 or 7 or hands, like, able to do corrections, control the class, do everything. When are we going to start delegating our work? When are we going to give? I have been given how, lesson preparation, curriculum planning. All right, I have a team of 4. We are 4 of us. Let's divide the work. Let's delegate the work. Now, delegation of work is something which I learned, actually, dividing the work. I learned it in the Ministry of Education, where we used to divide the work, and I followed it here also at 21K, where we divide the work. It's not the entire thing doesn't come to the, only one person's head, carry the mountain on your shoulder. No, we need to delegate the work, and we need to identify tasks what others can do. Like, I'm not very good at Excel. I'm good at Excel, but I'm not very good at Excel. So I ask my friends, how do I do it? And they help me. So delegate your task. I will do this. Can you do this? And then we collate. This is collaboration. So delegate your task. Assign to the right person. As I said, I know where I'm lacking. Excel is something which I'm really working at, so I have become pretty okay with it. But then if somebody gives me an extensive sheet, that's not right. So assign the task to the right person. A person, for example, many of us write well. Give a person some, not copy from chat gpt. Give a person who has the writing ability, can be creative. Give the task to that person and say, this is what is expected, can we do this? Not can you do this, can we do this? And then have a working document. I repeat, a working document. And you can edit, you can add your comments, the other person. So what happens is, we are collaborating, we are working in this together. Set clear expectations, whether with your students. uh, Now the new concept is, we don't say students, we say learners. So whether it's with your learners, whether it's your teachers, again, teachers is replaced by facilitators, whether it's the management, whether it's your family. Set clear expectations. Tell them, from this time to this time, I'm just going to be doing this work, please do not disturb me. Because when you set a particular expectation, everyone knows, okay, now don't go there because she's busy with this. Then they will not say that, you did not tell us, we were not aware of it. So set clear expectations. What are you expecting from them? Now, since I am in an online school, so what happens is, I have, in one particular class, grade 8, I have 26 students. Now, imagine 26, including me, 27 of us start speaking. So we have certain things called essential agreements. If you want to speak, you raise your virtual hand. But if I have not, told the students what I expect from them, the students will say, the learners will say, but we were not aware of it. So right at the beginning of the session, we share with them, these are the essential agreements which you and myself will take care of. For example, my camera is going to be on always. Never is my camera going to be off during a class. I expect it from you. If you want to speak, you will raise your virtual hand. So set a clear expectation. Because what happens is, when you set a clear expectation, students understand what is expected from them. And then you are able to get their trust and support. Without learners in our class, teachers don't exist. I repeat, without a learner or without learners in a class, our job is not done. We are not teachers. Whom are we teaching them? So we need the students, we need the learners to be there, and they need to trust us, and they need to support us in whatever you are doing. Whichever subject you are teaching, your students they should be able to trust you, and they should be able to support you. Now, if I ask anyone here right now, this is not there on the poll, do you remember any one teacher from your primary department? Can you just write any, just can you put in the Zoom chat, like, in the YouTube chat, that any teacher that you remember, many years ago? Like, I remember my history teacher who taught me in grade 9. God rest her soul in peace. She passed away a couple of years. I still remember her. I'm sure many of us have a lot of teachers who've actually made, left an impact in our lives. We somehow, those were our role models. So if you had role models, can you imagine, in this present scenario, in this present era, in this present age, students are looking up to you. You are the teachers or the facilitators in class that is imparting knowledge, and we are also receiving some sort of a knowledge from them. So delegate your work, identify what you can do good, what others can do good. Match the skills to the right person. Please do not give somebody who doesn't know anything, a particular thing, and you're giving, okay, now I want you to write a script for a play, a 2 hour play, musical play, and the person has no idea how to go about it. So match it to the right person. Set a clear expectation. I need this work done by, let's say, March 31st. Then the child, the person knows, okay, by the end of March I need to do it. And get their try to acquire, try to get their trust and their support. Now, when we pause, when we are doing all this pausing, etc., what happens is we recognize the stress that is there. Many of us are stressed driving. Driving in Delhi is a stressful task for most of us. Driving in the metropolitan cities or the metros. So try to recognize what is it that triggers stress for me. For example, I don't like people who talk rudely to me, because I try not to be rude to people. So if a person is, talking rudely, that's something which really stresses me and I get very emotional. So if I notice something that, if a person is talking rudely, not only myself, to anybody else, that actually triggers me. So notice what makes you stress. Second, take a pause, have a brief, as I said, a 1 hour, 1 minute, 10 minute, 15-minute gap where you are trying to, get yourself into, okay, now it's okay, fine, it did not go well, but that's okay. That's not the end of the world. So take a brief gap. Take one deep breath before you react to anything. I repeat, take one deep breath. It's very easy to give somebody a nice bashing. But I'm sure many of these people who've actually done all this, if they had thought about it for 1 second, they would not have done that. I repeat, they would not have done that action. So breathe, take one deep breath, take a couple of deep breaths, and act intentionally, act responsibly. Because remember, we are teachers, people are looking up at us, students are looking up at us. After many years, many of them will be writing essays on each one of you. My favorite teacher is dash dash dash, and she taught me in grade 5, taught me in grade 6. Don't say that I'm not a leader, because if a person, let's say 10 years from now, is writing an essay about you, you are definitely a leader. Because among all the people, if that person has, the child has chosen you to write an essay, you are definitely a leader. And to be a leader, we need to control ourselves. We need to take responsibility for our actions. And for that, we need a stress free teacher community. We are all talking about, the education in Finland. That's the best education. I recently happened to be in a meeting where the Minister of Education, Honorable Minister of Education of Finland, was there. And the first thing that, the minister actually said is that, I need my teachers to be stress free. I need my teachers to be happy. So if I am not happy, and I said, actually, what is happening? Are we happy? If you actually ask each one of you, are you happy? We have a list of things. I'm not happy with this. But then teaching is your choice. Teaching is an option that you have taken. No one has actually forced you to become a teacher. So if you are happy, the students or the learners are happy. If you are happy, you have a happy classroom. where learning and teaching thrive. I say thrive because it's buzz with action. It's buzz with action. You know, a noisy class, I'm not saying a noisy where people are just talking, a noisy, cheerful, happy, laughing class is where the maximum learning happens. But if you have everyone who is on, all the learners are on the mute mode and the teacher is talking, do you think any learning is happening? Probably little bit, but not too much. So when you have a learner asking you some question, the learner is not hesitating to ask you a critical question, a question, that the learner is not scared. Okay, if I ask this question, maybe Miss Mary is going to get angry. The learner has the freedom to ask this question. That class is a successful class. But if the learner is hesitating to speak or ask a question, which probably is not a good question according to you, but the learner has made their attempt to ask that question, then if the child has the guts to ask that question, your class is a learning class. So each one of you here right now attending this session, remember, you are actually leading a group of students, a school of students, a society of learners, because they are going to become the next, they are going to be the next generation, they are going to be the next CEOs, they are going to be the next presidents, or for that matter, the prime minister of the country. So, first, take care of yourself. And for that, you need to build your support system. I repeat, build your support system. And the first support system I always feel is to connect with principals. If the principal knows your name, now many schools 100 teachers, 120, my school 21K school, we have approximately 250 facilitators. We call ourselves facilitators. So if your principal knows your name, knows you little bit, perfect, you have a peer leader. So connect with your principals, seek wisdom from experienced leaders. There are a lot of us till date, in spite of having 3.5 decades, till date there are a lot of people I reach out to. Liz, how do I do this? Or let's say, one person I literally reach out to is Liz. Anything I want to ask, I ask, how do I do this? And immediately I get an answer. So seek wisdom from experienced leaders, people who know the work. Get I want to do this. Can you guide me on this? Can you tell me how do I go about it? I don't know how I should. I have three options, but I don't know which one to choose. So get objective guidance. Anybody who wants guidance, please reach out. Definitely reach out. And have personal supporters, that's your friends and your family, who actually understand you. Today my wife or my husband is tired, I'm not going to ask him to do, because he was on a board duty or she was on a board duty, 3.5 hours standing. I'm going to. So get a support system that understands you, your friends that understand you. So build your support system. Recently I just came to know that we have a buddy system also. Get a buddy, someone you can reach out to. So connect with your principals, connect with other principals, seek wisdom from experienced leaders, try to find out what others are doing. You are doing a particular thing this way, reach out, get a group of, get connected with other teachers. And one particular thing, I feel all teachers should be is, you should all be having a LinkedIn account, because we connect with a lot of teachers there and a lot of learning is happening there. So connect with others, experienced leaders, get guidance. Never hesitate to ask for help. I repeat, never hesitate to ask for help, because there are people waiting to help us. And get your family to understand, this is the situation. I'm totally tired today. I cannot cook. I'm sure they will understand. So build your support system. Practice gratitude and joy. Now this is something which I recently added, and let me show you. I actually got a book which is, it's called the 5-minute gratitude journal. I can just show you. I ordered it online, and this is something like, have forgotten. What are the things that I'm grateful for? I'm grateful for my education. I'm grateful for my family, my parents, my siblings, my spouse, my daughters. I'm grateful to the places, the places that I've worked. So have, a gratitude. Write down the gratitude every day. There are going to be things that you are grateful for. And trust me, every day, the milkman came on time, the bus came on time. I'm so grateful I did not have to punch in late. So, write three gratitudes each day. And at the end of the week, check what have you written, and you'll say, oh God, I wrote milkman came on time. Am I supposed to be grateful? Yes, because you did not miss the school bus. So, write three gratitudes each day. Now the joy jar again, my grade five, they have a glass, and they put every day something that they won. Like teacher said good, so they write Miss Mary said good, and they put it in the joy jar. And at the end of the month, they actually showed me, Mary ma'am, see how many things that how we have collected. These are small wins, but as adults, we have forgotten to do that. We have actually taken it for granted. These are things that are happening. And please be verbal. Teachers, we are not verbal. Your student did something good, thank you. Your family did, your spouse did something good, thank you. We do not express thanks verbally. We do not. We expect our eyes to say everything, which is not happening at all. The next one, please walk, please exercise, meet friends. Don't tell me that I don't have time. I'm not going to meet any friend because I'm so busy with board exam corrections. Any of my friends I reach out to, Mary, please don't disturb me. I have board exam corrections. I agree you have board exam corrections, but it's nice to meet people. It's nice to talk to people because that energy, it boosts your energy. It reduces tension. It reduces, when you talk to people, it reduces a lot of tension. You actually are, rejuvenated when you connect with your friends. So take a break, exercise, do yoga, and at the end of the day, reflect. Now reflective teaching is a part of the pedagogy that we are taught in at B.Ed. So end of the day, I feel, what is that something that went well today in school? The morning assembly was fantastic. Wow, that's one win. So what went well, and EBI, that is even better. If what could I have also done better? So one win, you'll just when you start writing, you'll find there are so many wins that you have. It's like the Champions Trophy. Everything is a winner for you. Everything is a jackpot for you. So write one win. Think about one win. What is that one lesson you learned today? Maybe your student taught you, maybe your child taught you, maybe a random man, a stranger on the road taught you something. When you're crossing the road, something new that you learn. And express gratitude to something you appreciate. Now I always say thank you laptop, you made things easy for us. We don't have to. So internet, great, you have to express. I'm not saying verbally say thank you internet, but these are things that we need to appreciate. We just take them as a matter of fact. And the last one is, when your well-being isn't planned, take one technique. Please do not start doing everything. Take one technique. We have a center, Karthik is here, and Karthik started on LinkedIn a 30-day where he's posting every day. He posts some strategy, and I actually admire how does he do it every day. So 30 days I need to commit to it, whether it's dieting, whether it's walking, whether it's jogging, whether it's no screen time. 30 days for half an hour, I'm not going to watch, I'm not going to be on Instagram. Be Take one technique, you start small, and then be consistent. 30 days, at the end of the 30 days, check on it. Were you successful, or was it a cheat day for you? Like many of my friends who are dieting, maybe today's cheat day for us. What is cheat day? Eat anything. And in a week of 7 days, 4 days are cheat days. No, not like that. We need to be consistent. Commit to consistency. Then your well-being plan is in place. There is a last poll which they are going to float. Just let me stop sharing. One last poll. The last poll. There's one last poll they are going to poll. Mazulan, there is a last poll. Can you just
Sure, yeah.
post that?
Yeah, sure. Just
Yeah.
waiting for the results, ma'am.
Yes.
Previously, we missed one poll. So
No
the
worries.
question was,
Yeah.
what's the hardest part about setting boundaries? So saying no got 52%, sticking to them got 30%, telling others got 13, and feeling guilty got 3%. So
Yeah.
this was
So many times, we feel actually guilty, right? Oh God, if I say no, what are they going to think about? Am I being mean? No, we are not being mean. Let me tell you, we are not being mean. I need to set my boundary. I need to say, I am not able to do this. Absolutely, I need to say that. So it's absolutely fine. Uh, Rather than saying no when you are literally on the verge of collapse, is better to say no before you collapse. So it's absolutely fine. Please don't feel guilty. Teachers, we have been taught, this is inculcated in us. If you don't do this, you are teachers. I'm a teacher, but I'm not a Superman. No, I don't have that divine powers to do everything. I can't do it. So learn to say no. No actually does not mean, no means no. It's not next opportunity that you can, give me more work. No, no means no. Absolutely no. Anything
self care
else?
habit. Yeah, ma'am. So
Yeah.
which self care habit will you try? So saying thanks daily got 56%,
Wow.
taking shortcuts got 23%, moving more, walk stretch got 11%, and talking to my support system got 8%.
Yeah, so I think all of us agree that, gratitude, yeah, we have to have inculcate in ourselves as teachers the attitude of gratitude. Yeah, for the first time this year I've been teaching grade 5, and they have actually been my real teachers. They say, ma'am, mom and dad never say sorry. I actually thought, even I don't say sorry to my children. They never say thank you. They'll say, like, Karthik, please get me a glass of water, and I give the glass of water, and they don't say thank you. Or they do something wrong and they don't say sorry, but they expect from us. So have the habit of, the attitude of gratitude, because when somebody does something nice for you, say thank you, I really appreciate it. And they remember this. Our learners remember this. So inculcate in yourselves the habit of gratitude. Have the attitude of gratitude. I got one message was there that, I am only a teacher grade 3. No, I always feel, whether it's a kindergarten, children, when the learning stage happens in the kindergarten stages, the primary department, the primary. So whether you are a KG teacher, whether you are a grade 4 teacher, whether you're a grade 12 teacher, you are the influencer for that particular year. In that class, you are the leader. You are the leader. Can you imagine all of us sitting in the principal's chair? Not possible. So we are the chosen few who have been given the task of imparting, I repeat, imparting knowledge, hands on, first level, to the students. So we are interacting with them. Think of yourself as leaders. Think of yourself, because when you are leading the way, you are going the way with your students. And if you're walking alone, you will not be able to walk far. But if you're walking collectively, in a collaborative way, then we are doing too much. We are able to walk far. Any other question? I can't. Madhusudan, you're on mute.
Sorry. So there are a few questions, ma'am.
Yeah.
One is from Sabu Dekavadia. What to do if someone from management speaks or orders something, and when it falls back, they simply blame you for doing it?
The blame game is there right from eternity, right? Adam blamed Eve. Nothing new, right? Right from eternity, everyone has got the blame game. See, as I told you, when people blame me for something, it actually hurts, because I put in a lot, but then the blame game has happened. It's very easy to react, Sabu, that time. Just pause, reflect. If you've done it, you will be rewarded. You will get the reward somehow or the other. Let anybody have the attitude of blaming anybody. In fact, we also blame a lot of people, right? We also blame a lot of people. So ignore the blame game. That is happening from eternity. We cannot do that. We cannot change anything, that, because we are all human beings. Absolutely, we can't do it. Somebody has to take the brunt of it. No, somebody has to take the brunt of it.
And there's another question from Swati. I become very apprehensive while approaching people. How to overcome that?
Swati, nothing new here. I'm also very apprehensive when I meet strangers. I think that's one quality most of us teachers have. We wait for the others to come and talk to us rather than go out. Trust me, take the first step. The first step is difficult, but once you start interacting with people, remove, don't think that you are apprehensive, because when that mindset is there, oh god, I'm scared, I'm scared, you'll not be able to take the step. Just say, Swati, since you are a teacher, you are, I'm sure, very confident in your class. If you can handle 25 to 42 students, I don't think adults is going to be a problem. If the live buyers, the students of your class, the children of your class, if you're able to engage them, adults is easy, very easy. Remove that, that fear, the phobia, I am apprehensive, and then start talking. Trust me, it is going to be wonders. The first time I actually started conducting sessions, it was 2004. I started with another colleague, and I actually was having knock knees. I could hear my knees knock, literally knock. But then after some time, the first step is the most difficult step. The first one is the most difficult. After that, it is absolutely easy. Trust me.
So there's another question from Rajni Kaushal. How to deal with it when colleagues break the trust and don't help back while I have been very helpful to them.
I don't expect help from anyone, honestly. That's what we are. That's what you have this uh, um, um, politics in the work scenario. You have politics in the community, the building where you live, everyone. So we feel that, we are social workers. We do so much for you. Literally gave you my heart, kidney, and liver, but you are not giving me anything. Don't expect. When we don't expect from anything, then, the disappointment is less. But if you are expecting them to do what you did multifold, trust me, it's not going to come back. It's not. Everyone thinks about themselves first, then rather than, if you are in a meeting and, the principal or anybody is getting angry, who has to take, they will not speak, okay, Mary said this, they will not, nobody wants to highlight you. So when, just do not expect, don't have too many expectations from people, please. Never. As a teacher, don't expect too many things from people. Do your work diligently, do your work responsibly. Your actions, you are accountable for it. Nobody else is accountable for that action.
One more question, ma'am, from Marian Lin. How can authorities help us in our well-being?
I think many schools, I know a lot of schools, my school itself, many schools, we have, like, a lot of these sessions where we have day, like Saturdays for us, students don't come on Saturdays. So we have sessions like Zumba sessions. We had just relax and close your eyes and breathe. We have a lot of these, refreshing exercises that we have. Try to do something within your own community. Don't wait for the school to do it. Get a group, you have a staff room. Get yourself, okay, 5 minutes today, we are all going to be just, even a chit chat is refreshing. Even a chit chat. So have some sort of a session where you people are talking, laugh, this laughter exercise where everyone stands in the middle of a park and starts laughing. These are exercises which actually create a lot of well-being. So you start it. Don't wait for the school to start. School will not start. Probably they have not thought of it. Your well-being is in your hand. I repeat, your well-being is in your hand. So you take the first step.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Mary ma'am, for a very engaging and informative session for a community of teachers. I'm sure that our teachers have taken a lot of takeaways from this session. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Santa. Bye bye. God bless everyone.
Thank you.